I've been keeping bumblebee dart frogs for almost a year now. They're a lot of fun to keep and quite a bit easier than you might think. So I'd like to share my experience with you. Here are some of the reasons that I enjoy bumblebee dart frogs. As you can see, dart frogs are living jewels. I'm amazed every time I look at them. Their enclosure can and should resemble the leaf-strewn floor of the rainforest, which can be quite beautiful itself. Admittedly, I repurposed my oldest live vivarium for dart frogs, so this vivarium is not the most attractive, but it still does the job. I am planning on building a new improved version eventually. Different species of dart frog vary greatly in terms of how bold or shy they can be. These bumblebee dart frogs are definitely on the bolder side, quite active during the day, engaging in a variety of interesting behaviors: hunting, calling, wrestling, climbing, etc. Bumblebee dart frogs are often recommended for beginners, as they are one of the hardier dart frog species. Here's my basic maintenance regime. I mist the vivarium 2 or 3 times daily with distilled water, and I use filtered water as needed to maintain sufficient water in the drainage layer. I feed my frogs about 3 times per week, mainly wingless fruit flies and bean beetles, supplemented with high-quality vitamin-mineral supplements. I offer flower beetle larvae occasionally as well. The frogs also snack on the microfaunal cleanup crew, composed of springtails and small isopods, so I replenish those periodically. The glass gradually gets dirty as the frogs climb on it, so I spray it with distilled water and wipe it down as needed. The microfauna break down the leaf litter, so I add more leaves when necessary. The plants need periodic trimming. The frequency depends on the species and the look that you wish to achieve. That's about it. The microfauna and the live plants do a great job at keeping the vivarium clean. The bioactive substrate can last 5 to 6 years before needing to be replaced. Another great thing about these dart frogs is that breeding can be encouraged or discouraged by adding or removing suitable breeding sites. I am fairly sure I have 1 male and 2 female frogs, but no immediate plans for breeding them. If and when I decide to breed them, I can add a petri dish covered by a coconut hut. That, I am told, will get them started. Dart frogs are fairly long-lived. Various sources indicate that they can live for 10 or even 20 years. If you're considering keeping dart frogs, there are some key points you should be aware of. For long-term success, a live vivarium with a multi-layer bioactive substrate is considered a standard requirement. This requires planning and research and some financial resources. For a simple setup like mine, which included an aquarium and other items I already had on hand, the total was probably less than $200 US. More elaborate setups can easily exceed that. As mentioned before, dart frogs require supplemented live insects such as flightless fruit flies as a staple diet. If you don't want to deal with live foods, these are not the pet for you. The frogs thrive at room temperature in the 70s Fahrenheit and cannot handle too much heat or cold. 80 to 85 Fahrenheit tends to be the upper limit depending on species, with a lower limit around 65 Fahrenheit. The bottom line is, I researched dart frogs for some time before finally getting them, and, well, let's just say I'm glad I took the leap. Thanks for watching. I post videos every Friday, all related to keeping aquarium and vivarium pets. You're most welcome to leave a comment and a like, and for those of you who are waiting for an animal voiceover at the end,
don't leave me hanging here. Like, comment, and subscribe.